Start. During the hearing of this case, Shri Ajit Singh Bains, when asked of course, accepted that he represented the respondent throughout, including in the first execution application, but he said that he did not remember whether the respondent was actually present in person on July 6, 1960. Stop. In court, he, however, did not say that she was not present. Stop. The proceedings clearly show that she was so present. Stop. The learned counsel on her behalf pressed that her own statement should have been recorded. Stop. It is true that her own statement was not recorded. Stop. By the executing court, but the proceedings could not have taken the shape in which the same are unless she was herself present. Stop. Her counsel, Shri Ajit Singh Bains, could not possibly have made a statement that she was ready to go along with the appellant at the very moment. In the statement, ready to go along with the appellant at the very moment the statement was being made, for that could only happen if she in fact was present there. Stop. As stated, the same is the unquestionable conclusion from the statement of the counsel for the appellant and the orders of the executing court on that day. Stop. The process were by notice of the execution application was given to her has not been found on the file by such omission from the record can never be taken to lead to the inference that there was no issue of notice and none was served on the respondent, because it is common experience of anybody dealing in courts that in a number of cases when the process in fact returns, it does not find place on the record on account of the sheer negligence of the ministerial staff in not placing the same on the proper file. Stop. Once this conclusion is reached, spotted as it is by the record of the court's proceedings on 1st July 1960, that on that date the respondent appeared in court in the first execution application by the appellant. She repeated her pretense to go along with the appellant in the same way as she had done at the time of making of the decree for restitution of conjugal. Immediately on coming out of the courtroom, she again refused to go with the appellant. The version given by her in court and by her witnesses that after the decree for restitution of conjugal rights on May 18, 1960, the appellant went along with her and her brother to Jalandhar to stay there for 2 months in the house of her brother, must apparently and immediately be rejected as a false